Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. We are back at it again with some more AFK Journey content, and I'm excited for this video, genuinely excited for this video, because this is a unit that I feel a lot of people have not been talking about. I feel he's slept on, and he's a fantastic DPS if only you know how he functions. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to AFK Journey for sponsoring yet again another video, enabling me to bring it to your awareness. Thank you, AFK Journey. You guys have been awesome. But yes, I want to get back to Rhys. Rhys is phenomenal. He's slept on, and I want to show y'all his value. This man has been out DPSing my Supreme Odie, who is an absolute nuke. I mean a beast in the DPS department, especially when you're climbing AFK ladders and you're going up against bosses in the Dream Realm. He's even good in PvP. He has this broken ability, Odie, at Supreme, where he just pretty much like executes people when they get to a certain threshold, and the damage is just insane. And Rhys is out here out DPSing this man in the AFK ladder. He's out DPSing him in PvP. He's out DPSing my Vala. And then when we get to the Dream Realm, he's not out DPSing Odie in the Dream Realm. I'll keep it a buck with you. And honestly, pretty much nobody is, because that poison is just cracked on the 1v1 scenario. But Rhys's mobility is another reason why he's insane. He's constantly moving around, which I don't know if y'all know this, but mobility in these kind of games is very important because the projectiles have travel time, and the travel time has to connect. The projectile has to connect. So if you have somebody who's moving around, they can dodge projectiles. Vala's snipe shot, he can dodge it because he's always moving back and forth, left and right. And he's actually one of the most insane units in the game when you're battling against Croaker, because he can take those little those water shots that Croaker throws, which hit like trucks, and he can dodge a couple of them, which means he's tanking some damage for your team and keeping some people alive that would be taking those shots if he weren't on the team. We're going to be going over how he performs in AFK mode when you're climbing a ladder, how he performs in some PvP modes. I got some examples laid out there. And then I'm going to show you how he performs in Dream Realm, where he literally enabled me to clear Croaker and go into the next phase. Overall, I think this is going to paint an explicit picture as to why I'm such a raving fan of our boy Rhys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so for this first example, we're gonna show how Rhys performs in the AFK climbing ladder. We're on stage 701. You're gonna find things hilarious because I let this play out for a couple stages just to see if maybe Vala or Odie will take the DPS, top the charts in the DPS category in a couple of stages. So you won't see, oh, maybe that's just a one-off, or maybe Smack grabbed the most like good performing levels just to show how good Rhys is. No, I just let the stages play, and bro top the charts every time. All right, let's go ahead and watch this. And keep in mind, guys, again, I have a Supreme Odie. He's only Mythic. My Vala's only Mythic. They're not Mythic Plus. They're not Supreme or Supreme Plus. They're Mythic, whereas Odie is insane once he hits Supreme because of that freaking execution. But let's go ahead and look at this. So Rhys is red crit shots, by the way. So is Vala. That back there top right, that was a Vala crit shot, 160k. Rhys is right here on this guy on the right who's a tank for 42k. That's because that tank is beefy. So 43k and then 91 from Vala. And see how he's moving back and forth? Here's his ult. Now his ult, the shots have to connect to deal damage. So that shot there connected for 220k on the guy in the back. Like, and they can connect on multiple people, by the way. It gets crazy. So now that he ulted, though, he now has an enhanced normal attack that does splash damage, most importantly. Okay, it's 50k to the guy in the top, 93k to the person in the right, in the top bottom right. And then that's the first round done. Now, this was a little close. This was a little close in damage. But as you can see, Rhys did the most damage out of everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the next one. This is stage, what's the stage? 699 now. Okay, so there's Rhys. he just constantly moves around, man. 89k, 126k, 142k. And then he hits these two over here as well. I don't think the crits. Oh, there goes another crit. Buckshot. And then here's a ult. Okay, execution from Odie, just too broken. All right, so that's stage 699 or stage 701, huh? It's a little confusing. 850K, he did the most damage again. 702, here we go. So 701 to 702, and I think 700 was the first one. All right, 76 off rip, 107 off rip. 108K, he's waxing this guy on the left. That was 42K on the right, I believe. All right, ult, 65, 228 in the back. Look, buckshot right there. Watch when the screen done. Okay, it didn't show that one. 105K to finish off the fight. Like, bros is just a monster, man. Oh my god. And he does this the entire time, guys. Look, most damage, top the charts effortlessly between both Odie and Vala at Mythic, most importantly. Not Mythic Plus, not Supreme. Mythic. 82K to open the fight up. 101K to the guy on the right. 74K on the guy on the right. 110K on the guy on the left. 81K to the guy in the middle. And then ults. 244 on her head. 137 on his head. Like, dude, bro, just be letting them fly. And I want to bring something up. Most damage again, effortlessly. I want to bring something up that's important to point out, guys. If he gets attacked by an assassin like Sylvina, he has this perk that literally shoots her away. It knocks her back. So not only is this guy doing like ridiculous DPS, he's hard to kill because he keeps moving around. Melees have to chase him. He can literally kite a melee attacker who's going after him. He runs away from him and he's popping him while running away. But what I was gonna say is, if Sylvina hops on him, right, you're like, oh my god, no, because you know it feels annoying when a Sylvina hops on you, like your DPS in the back. He will literally shoot her away, and then like just like send her to the shadow realm. Like, he's so hard to kill. He's not just a DPS. He's very hard to kill. He's annoying. But I will say he has a weakness. Yeah, he's knocking them up. He has a weakness where once he pops his ult, he can no longer use that ability that knocks people back. Because he gets enhanced shots during his ult that deal splash damage, I think to like kind of like balance him out, they took away his ability to push people away. I think it would have been absurd at that point. So yeah, once he ults, basically you can't knock people back anymore. But he still moves around like a maniac. He also has control immunity. We're gonna go over his abilities after we go over all these showcases. Look how he just splashed all three of them. Insane. Buckshots right and left. Buckshot. Buckshot. And then ulter. I think Odie's execution kicked in right there, actually. But yeah, guys, look, I wasn't lying to you. 705, every single stage, bro, out DPS'd. Top the charts every time. So now let's see how he performs in the dream realm. Okay, so now we're in the dream realm. I want y'all to pay attention to this one. There's a lot to learn in case you don't know already. So my positioning is very important. Croker throws a big old like water blast bomb at the area with the most units occupying it. And because he's always moving back and forth, you can actually dictate where he's going to throw this bomb, because wherever Rhys is, he's going to throw the bomb near that area. Now, he's only throwing it probably on like Smokey or Odie, but because Rhys keeps going back and forth, he kind of dictates and circumvents dealing with that bomb landing in the same area every time. But what's important to note is that my Rhys is the second closest to Croker. The first closest is Thorin, right? Who's the best tank in the game to battle against Croker. The reason I have Rhys right next to Thorin is because once Thorin gets one-shotted by the bubble that automatically defeats any enemy, the next person to take the aggro is the second closest person to Croker, which is my Rhys. Now here is where his mobility comes into play. By the way, when you unlock Mythic Plus, he moves faster. And that means he's going to probably be an absolute machine against Croker. I can't wait to unlock his Mythic Plus. Anyways, Croker then starts shooting these water balloons out that do ridiculous damage. Watch my I'm gonna pause it when it happens, but watch him. He can actually avoid the hits, a few of them, and he can avoid the splashes. And this is important. You might not think it is. It actually allows me to win the game because he's taking the aggro, my other units aren't taking any damage, which is so important. All right. So, but I'll tell you right now, DPS wise, like Odie's just insane on this. Bro's poison is just too strong. So notice we did take that first splash. Okay, so now we have the enhanced shots. We took the second one too, right? But you can see we have a chance to miss those. I'll show you right now. This is where things get important. Watch this, look. He doesn't take any damage from that bubble. Look at that. Because he's over there on the right side, he popped his ult. He avoided that entirely. Now look, now you see Croaker's targeting my Rhys, right? He hit the first one, that's one. He hit the second one, hit me again for 103K. Missed that one, missed that bad boy in 4K HD. If you don't see it, it's right here. It flew right by my Rhys because Rhys is always freaking moving. He's annoying. And look, he misses the second one too. Oh, you saw that? He missed it as well. He was aiming for Rhys and he missed. And here's what I learned. If he's aiming for, if he's targeting somebody and he misses them, that means even if the projectile connects with anybody else, it will not register. So who he's aggroing with that shot is very important. So he missed 2 of those on my Rhys. And again, guys, if Rhys wasn't out there, somebody else would have had to take those 2 hits. Rhys, look, Rhys runs to the left. Misses that splash entirely. This is why the positioning of my units was very important. I spread everybody out to try to avoid some of those hits. So look, he's hitting my Rhys again. He hit him twice. He hit him twice. Oh, hit him again. And then missed that one. That would have, he literally, Rhys dodged a bullet right there, guys. On the last one. And he's the only person that can do that type of stuff. And other units who can like move around. I forget what they call it. Displacement, I guess, is what it's called. And Rhys didn't dodge that, unfortunately. But if I had him at Mythic Plus, he would have been moving much faster, which means he's probably going to dodge a lot more stuff at Mythic Plus because his movement speed increases. Also at Mythic Plus, his normal enhanced is increased drastically. I think by like 60%. And look, we won that. By the way, look at Odie's broken execution. Well, look at Odie's broken right. We got to see this. The next video I need to make is about Odie. Oh no, since I zoomed in, y'all can't see it. This guy still had 6% HP remaining, and then he just got defeated because of Odie's execution. I zoomed in so you couldn't see that, unfortunately. But we ended up beating that Croaker. Obviously thanks to Odie as well, and the strategy of my whole entire team combined. But mainly also because of Rhys was soaking up those shots, because those shots can, so he'll kill Thorn, right? And then he'll immediately focus another unit. Those freaking water shots will kill that unit instantly. Like your tank is pretty much the only one that can tank those water shots like a boss. So Rhys being in that second, little position enables him to pretty much pseudo tank those shots versus somebody else tanking them, live to see another day or another battle. And that's how you get through that fight. So it's huge. So I think I'm top 8% off of this. And yeah, you can see those are the damage charts. I'll be honest, the fact that Rhys does what he does, moves around, does AoE damage, does good, he's hard to kill. Like there's a lot of positives to his kit. Control immunity. The fact that he's able to keep up with my Vala in single target damage, and they're both mythic too. That's incredible. Like Odie is made for this. His poison is nuts. He's at supreme. That poison's ticking throughout the entirety of the fight. I'm so impressed that Rhys was able to hang in there with Vala while tanking, being a pseudo tank as well. It's just incredible. Now we're going to take a look at how he performs in PvP, because I think he also topped the charts in the PvP matches that I did and promoted me. Okay, so here we are in PvP. We're going up against a mythic, I forgot her name already. That's unfortunate. Completely forgot her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She's like the most popular character in the game. And a mythic Rowan. And then we have legendaries from Vala, Smokey, and this guy who just is like a pseudo tank. Okay, here we go. So he started off shooting Vala right there, I believe. But this is why I say his mobility comes into play. This is what I was going to tell y'all about. So look, because he's always moving around, going left and right, he can switch his targets. This is so important, right? Take Odie for an example. Once Odie starts shooting a tank, he kind of like stays on the tank until he dies, unless somebody comes into his like vicinity. But because Rhys is always moving left and right, he can switch his targeting from whoever's in that radius, which it could be a DPS, it could be a healer, it could be a tank. If it's a tank, it's a bad thing. But if it's a DPS in the back row, that's massive. Furthermore, he sets himself up so that his ult hits everyone. So he's hitting, look, he just hit her. Vala. And now he's moving around. Look at his ult. Bang, 166 on that. 137. I don't know which one of those was him. But bro's damage is atrocious, guys. I'm telling you. Like, you gotta stop sleeping on my boy. And look, he moves away from that fat tank over there and starts working their back line again. Boom, look at that. Boom, buckshot. Ults him. Bang, bang. Buckshot for the kill. That's my boy Rhys. Let's look at these charts. Look at these charts. Look who did the most damage. Look who did the most damage. Not even close, Odie. Not even close. Keep trying, little pup. All right, so now we go up against a mythic Vala, a mythic, the healer girl, I can't remember her name, and then a mythic Thorn. Which, I'll be honest with you, that's a pretty stacked comp. Again, we do the 5 billion IQ play where we force their Vala to target my Igor, which is a massive counter. All right, check out my boy. Check out my boy. He working the tank right now, but now he's about to start working other people. All right, look at his ult. Look at his ult. Sent old girl to the shadow realm, bro. Oh, that was a massive, and this is because he's moving. See, he moved over there and took out their most important DPS. Then he continues doing more splash damage around. Insane. Oh, that was a good assassin. Yep, and look at that, 87. He is working that Igor. Ult right here, it's both Igor and the tank, and now that's the only people left. Yep. And see, Igor jumps around. It doesn't matter, man. I don't think y'all understand how important it is that a DPS is just moving around constantly. All right. And that's the other battle. That one actually ended up promoting me. Yep, to legendary. Thanks to my boy. So there's a lot of value that he has to offer. I now want to go into his kit and show y'all how he functions real quick, and then offer a couple of tips at the end here, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, so one of the most important things we got to talk about off rip is his passive of his ultimate. Rhys can move while attacking, but he's unable to do so for 8 seconds if under control effects, right? I want to keep in mind, he has an ability that gives him control immunity. And it's right here. You do have to activate it. It also gives him a passive 10% crit chance, but he can circumvent the not being able to move for 8 seconds when he pops that ability. I will say, if he can't move for 8 seconds, that just means he can't move. Doesn't mean he can't attack. He can still attack anybody in the radius, but that is a bit of a weakness. Here's the most important part. Attack speed and haste do not affect the attack animation speed of Rhys. So no matter how much attack speed or haste you give him, he's not going to attack faster. And that's important to take note of. However, attack speed and haste give him crit damage boosts. Every 1 attack speed or haste grant him 2 crit damage boosts, which means if he gets 1 attack speed and 1 haste, that's 4 crit damage given to him. And what I've come to learn here is I went to his stats. Bro has actually a lot of the units in the game have 0 crit damage to start off with, which means it's at a neutral value. So any crit damage boost they're getting, it's going to be massive on the multiplier. So that's huge. That said, Smokey is a fantastic synergy. Obviously, not only is he a mauler, when Smokey pops their ult, he gives 30% haste to the party inside of his little heal radius. So him and Smokey are fantastic because Smokey's not only healing him, but he's also going to give him a crit damage boost with the haste. So looking out for synergies that are giving attack speed boosts and haste are going to be very important for him. Future synergies down the line, pre-existing synergies like Leica gives attack speed boost. There's another character in the game that also gives, this girl right here.
May the lucent tree bestow its blessings upon all.
I wanted to let her cook for a little bit before I interrupted her. She has, I think it's this one, yeah. Marissa increases attack speed by 22 and normal attack by 22 for 10 seconds. So she sounds like a powerful synergy for Rhys. Now, I haven't tested them out yet. I'm just giving this information to you guys in case you want to play around with it. But you want to be on the lookout for synergies like this for our boy Rhys because they're going to make him really strong. This is basically 44. That's 44 crit damage based off of the math. 1 attack speed equals 2 crit damage. Yeah, so that's 44 crit damage right there, and another damage bonus from normal. She's probably insane with him, bro. I need to try that out. She also looks good with that outfit. Yeah.
The buds of new life.
All right. Anyways, hold on. Let's not get sidetracked here, Smack. Let's not get sidetracked. Anyways, another important thing.
See what we can do? Well then, we'll give them a little spectacle.
I let my boy cook a little bit before I interrupt him. Another important thing to take note of here, though, is that load shock ammo to shoot enemies within a 2-tile radius, dealing 220% damage and knocking them back 2 tiles. This is what I was telling y'all about earlier, but it has a balancing aspect, I'd like to call it. He's unable to cast the skill when loaded with blast ammo. Now we can go back to the ult. The ultimate fires at enemies with an arced radius, shooting 6 projectiles across the battlefield, each dealing a % damage to enemies on its path. Rhys then loads his lance with blast ammo, allowing his normal attacks to deal 180% damage to the target and causing 40% splash damage to enemies in a 1-tile arc behind the targeted enemy until he's affected by a control effect. But still, oh yeah, by the way, that part is important. That's why this is very important. But we go back to this ability. It's good until he pops his ult, and then once he pops his ult, you pretty much can't cast this because now he has enhanced buckshot, which honestly, it balances it out. I think that would be insanely broken if he was still able to knock people back while doing insane damage. His Mythic Plus ability is very important. Rhys gains bonus movement speed when moving on the battlefield, so he goes even faster than he's already moving. He reaches the max speed 5 seconds into a battle and loads blast ammo, the enhanced normal attacks. So he's gonna hit that faster without even having to rely on using his ult to get the blast ammo. But again, this will not be usable when he has blast ammo. So that's a little bit of a a balancing aspect that can be considered a negative. The other thing, his exclusive equipment, once you get Mythic Plus, you get everyone's exclusive equipment, is going to increase that blast ammo to 220. Let's just go to level 4, huh? To 240% of splash damage and 60%. In case you don't know, right now, he's only at 180% multiplier and a 40% multiplier. At Mythic Plus, that turns into 240 and 60. Massive damage increase. That's what I was telling y'all. The fact that he was doing all that damage, he's not even at Mythic Plus, is insane. And then finally, at Supreme Plus, it reduces the cooldown of his defense stance to 3 seconds. Now, this might not sound insane, and maybe you can make the argument that it isn't, but this is just so he can continue casting this control immunity to perpetuate being in the loaded blast ammo state, so that his normal attacks are just doing insane damage. So I think Supreme Plus looks like it's not all that, but if he's popping this, that means he's never getting CC'd. He's constantly moving around, constantly popping those enhanced buckshots. That is my boy, Rhys. I hope this video brought a lot of value. This is one of those videos where I was like, you will never have to watch another Rhys video again after watching this. I do love him, so I spent a lot of time, getting to understand the intricacies of his kit and the mechanical depth of it, and I am in love. I love Rhys. He's great. Again, big shout out to AFK Journey for sponsoring this video. Thank you. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.